So good afternoon. Today's spotlight is with Mr. Paul Green from Platinum Property. I got my P's mixed up. PlatinumProperty.ie. Paul, you're very welcome. Great to see you.
Lovely stuff. Thanks a million for coming.
Fantastic. I love the big bull behind you there. I presume that means, does that mean a bear or a bull? A seller's market. A seller's market, isn't that it?
It is. Yeah. So
yeah, fantastic.
Could be gone out the window at the moment.
So great stuff. Tell the listeners and the viewers here today, what is it that you do and how long are you doing it?
So there's two sides to, we have two different companies. We have a rental business, which we supply rental property throughout Ireland. We take derelict properties and we bring them back to life, and we put them back out to the public and obviously rent them back out. We use 3 or 4 different models in there. We've got HMO model where we break them up and we do it to working professionals. We've got some on which is the HAP, which is everyone knows the HAP situation out there is crisis at the moment. So we supply properties in through there as well, and then we supply stuff to healthcare too. My operations there is to control all them, to pick the assets out, bring them back to life, and obviously to keep them operational so we can have funds coming in and make sure the debts are all paid. That's what we do here on a daily basis, that side of the business. Platinum Property Training then is our network of training. Is like yourself, it's if people understand the value of network, priceless for what we do. So in our network training, we supply training for the model that I use. So that's buy to let properties and building an asset up from the ground. Like, it's all based really around rundown assets. So we use a thing called a motivated seller. So anyone that has to sell quickly, we try and come to some sort of agreement with them. So,
okay. So do you, just to be clear for myself here, so your prime business, you look after rental properties on behalf of landlords, yes? No.
Yeah.
You have properties and you rent them.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then you buy properties and you revamp them to relet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. And then you have a training side where you teach other people who want to do what you do as to how to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ah, okay, right.
And, people are, everyone cries that, we can never get up on the rental market. Our HQ is here in Dublin, outside the windows, Shamrock Rovers Stadium, and we're in Tallaght. So, I mean, all walks of life come in here. There's people that, like myself, I call it little education, probably to yourself. You probably have big high-end education.
Certainly not. Certainly not.
I left school early and I was trying to figure out what was actually happening in the brain. Was I an entrepreneur? Wasn't I? Was it a dreamer? This whole schooling thing just had a bad negative impact in my life. So it took me a long time to try and figure out which way to go and try and pull out your unique ability as such.
Good.
So we pulled it out, realized where we were going. Then we realized that we're going to need a bunch of like-minded people. And the biggest way of doing that was, trying to build a network. So we built the network in 2019. I originally started with 2 other people. They drifted out. Their business is very successful. It required all their time. So I ended up buying the company out in 2019. And then we built it back up to where we are today. Currently, we've probably about 100 members. In our members, they go from 2 seconds ago there. We just had one of our members, which is probably with us 9 to 12 months, and he's now just after getting his first property deal over the line. So we're delighted.
Fantastic.
So it comes in through all walks of life. It's a creative way of doing it. People that are in our group are highly trained property investors, and they have up to 47 years experience. And what that does in here is a little family. It hands back to someone that's only starting out in the property ladder. And, you see it all the time. Everyone's crying that you can't get on the ladder. There's no way.
Yeah.
If you want it bad enough, you will find.
You can do it.
Yeah. And you have.
Fantastic. And you provide that training for them. Fantastic.
We try.
So tell me, so a good customer for you then, what would you describe as one of your good customers?
For the training business?
Yeah.
Very, someone that's. So what I try and do in the training business, customer to come in would just be someone that may want to start investing in property. What they want to do is they want to take in, which is a very clever thing to do. They want to take in as much information as they can.
Yeah.
and try and figure out, is the investment for them? What's the reason they're using the property to drive the wealth, obviously? And they want to try and figure out, is it something that they're capable of doing? Do they have the stomach for holding rental property? So anyone, I mean, we have a girl in at the moment, she's a solicitor, and she just wants to be in a group that are fully hands-on in the property. She's not gone, she's busy with her own practice, but she wants to be able to lean back in here, learn as much as she can about the operation of it,
Sure.
get herself equipped that she can pull the trigger and go then, So,
So tell me,
anyone.
yeah, so the training would involve obviously a lot of teaching, a lot of learning about, mortgages and how to get them and what you need and all that sort of stuff that's involved as well, I presume.
Absolutely, yeah. So what we have I'd be the main operator, and then we've other companies that come in and partner up with us. So we've got a mortgage team that operate out here. We've got a legal team, capital allowance team. We've everything that you need for a property.
Excellent. Okay, so it's a full package. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so tell me, COVID came along. Yep. What happened? What actions did you have to take because of COVID?
So we took over the building. Maybe I'll just show it to you, because if I spin this camera around, you'll understand very quickly.
All right, go on. Why not? This is different.
Yeah,
this is different.
I'm a visual type of guy, so I'll just spin it and show you really quickly.
Yeah, that's fine.
So out there is our training room, and
fantastic.
All is where we do all our, whoever's coming on stage is out there. So we built this just pre-COVID.
Very professional.
Set up, and we were like, oh, brilliant! We're now going to be able to bring people to our HQ, because we were only operating out the studio that's here, and then we obviously expanded and took that on, and underneath is our boardroom, our meeting rooms. So COVID landed just as we had this finished, and it crippled everything. So as an entrepreneur does, you have to get creative again. You're like, what do I do here again? We're out there investing a lot of money again. So I had to try and take it onto line. That's Ozzy's full-time here now, so he does all our technician, our camera work. So we had to then equip outside that we can reach the whole of Ireland.
Okay, cool.
That was another massive challenge that we encountered, which cost an awful lot of money again, because the equipment is expensive, cameras are expensive. But we overcame it again, and we got up through COVID again. So no one could come to the building. So we had to go online, and then there was a problem with sound and everything that comes with that, Tom.
So that was obviously a kind of a break with the way you used to do things. So now you've adapted, you had to make the changes, you invested in that change, and now you're seeing the rewards.
Yep, we're starting to see the rewards now. The rewards for
fantastic.
Look like this. The training business is just something that is completely networking. For me, networking, meeting business people, operating in that's me. That's my little skill. That's where the damage was done when I was younger. No disrespect to teachers.
Yeah.
You have to get in there. It's strange. I now teach them, and I have a lot of things behind my name. But it's funny one way. But that's my little kickback. That's my skill. That's the way I teach. That's the way my little family operates out there, and people love it. So once we get people in through the door and they have an ability to teach too, I try and present them up to the stage. They give back to all our members, and that's how I grow. So
fantastic. That sounds good. So tell me, what's the biggest learning you've got since you've been a business owner? You've been a business owner for a while now. What's the biggest learning you think you got from it?
Business isn't for everyone, and business is going to teach you discipline. It's going to teach you. It's not for everyone. For me, what it's taught me what to do is be very, very disciplined with money, and don't spend stuff that's not yours. Try and set up the best systems you possibly can. All the systems that we try and set up cost money. So staff cost money. Trying to organize your accounts. Taxation for me was a big mess. So we had to go and hunt down then professionals. So we've got really, really clever people that are involved in tax here, and they advise us now. So trying to get all that together was definitely a learning curve for a lad that came from Tala, that is building up a
fantastic success. So this is good, man. You're being very honest here now, and it's great to hear that you persevered and you kept at it, but you found a way through. So did you ever have a coach? I have to ask this because I'm a coach. Did you ever have a coach Or were you self-taught, or was it your father or a friend, or was anybody that you used as a coach?
No, the problem with our coaching as such was when you're into the property game, you're trying to rely on one or two people that you know that you see or you shine to, or you want to become a mentor, or you want them, you want to try and fall under their wing. With the
Yeah,
property world in Ireland, now England is a completely different story, but in Ireland, not many people want to tell you what they do. They're very, very private, they're closed off,
yeah, yeah.
but I followed a lot of people from the very, very start, and they've now become my mentor. So they're my mentor in business, and they're my mentor in property too. So I'll always sort of go for someone that has long experience. They have something, or they've been down the route that you've done. So one of my mentors at the moment, he would have, at his height, would have had maybe 300 rental units here in Dublin.
Okay.
They're now become a business partner, so we've just bought a big development together as well. And it can't be always just business talk. You have to have some other relationship with them, that we're not
Yeah,
just going to keep talking property. So
yeah, yeah.
we're trying to work on that side of things too.
The
Yeah.
personal side as well. Right? We've got to find that balance. So
Sorry,
tell me,
going back to your question, I have no
yeah,
personal business coach. If that's
that's no, I'm just going to I'd be a mentor or a consultant. People have different things, but it's just really to find out. We're trying to find out what people actually have you leveraged, have used coaching services, be it a mentor, be it a coach, or might be. And I think it's most interesting that most people have, even if it wasn't a paid one, they have a mentor, they have somebody they can turn to and have a chat with.
look, if you can take money out of the equation, so even if we're selling a course or a bit of training or whatever it is,
Yeah,
because all I have to do is prove to someone that my value is worth more than their money. And if I can
correct.
do that, it's game ball. And for me, give rent of my services there or my time, it's the same. So business coaches and business mentors, property mentors, they are all part of your team. If you're not, if you want to try and tackle this game on your own, you're not going to go too far. So I always will look in at someone, then I'll do my research behind them, I'll take a bit of time out, and then I'll just say, what's your price? And if I like them, we'll give it a go. And it's very, very
Very good. Now, folks, I didn't pay him to say all this, guys. I want you to know
that,
that. So well done.
that is true. And anyone that puts a figure behind someone that's important to bring their life, they're just not serious about business. My whole life
Okay,
is
interesting.
business.
So tell me, Paul, what does the future look like for for the property company, and what do you think the main challenges are that you're going to be facing?
Platinum property, our challenges come on a daily basis. They come in several different forms. Obviously, because our team has grown, we've new mentors coming in. We've new business mentors coming in. We have everything. So we have to try. Well, I have to try and give enough time to try and separate the business to where I want it to go. The position I wanted to go in, I wanted to be an entrepreneur school. I wanted to be a school where maybe the person that was thrown out class for being a nine, had that they have that there. They know they have it. I want to be known as that we at least open the door, at least set up something for them to let them go and get into business. And I mean, business will keep you up all night long, but the rewards are you just can't compare them to a 9 to 5 job. I could never, ever, ever dream of going back to a 9 to 5 job. When I open my eyes in the morning, we're working. And when I close them at nighttime, we're still working. And that's what I love to do. And an entrepreneur, I think that's what their life is. So
Well, your passion comes through very strongly here. So that leads me to my next question. What would you say to any younger person here, or even somebody who's like the older, who is thinking of going into business?
just have make sure your family's on board. Number one, everyone has to be singing off the same hymn sheet. Me and my wife operate here. She operates the business with me too. A lot of the time she doesn't want it. But make sure everyone's on board. When the good times come, share them. When the bad time comes, which are going to come for every business owner, your business is going to go up and down. Have your partners ready, have your business, have your joint venture partners, have your bankers. Make sure everyone's on the same hymn sheet. If you're starting into business, you will absolutely, if that little spark is there and you know it's there, and you're turning up to work every single morning doing some bullshit you don't like.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to pay your bills and you might need money for this, but you know, if you're given 40 hours a week into that, and there's 168 hours in the week, so if you're giving 40 hours a week into paying your bills and doing, keep that operational there. Probably give 10 to 15 hours now, put out all the other bullshit, and try and focus on something, whether it's coaching, whether it's what I love to do is property.
Mhm.
So all of a sudden I'm in a world that you know, when the room fills up outside, I've got 35 of me, and that's what I love to do. So try and, you know, people say, you know, you want to follow your passion. You do have to follow your passion, but this building that we're in here now probably cost me, between all the operation costs, 7 to 10,000 a month.
Yeah, that's
So
deep.
yeah, it's expensive, and I've invested an awful lot in here. So you have to learn how to sell. No matter what business you're in, you need to learn how to promote it, how to get it out there, how to brand it, how to be creative. There's going to be a lot of demand on you and your body and your brain and your head, and you have to be equipped and ready for it. So that's what business is for me. And a business owner that I speak to, and you know, I speak to a lot of them here, because a lot of business owners that are very, very successful want to put their money into property, as everyone knows.
Hmm.
So I get to speak to them then about their businesses, which I love to do. And they tell me, oh yeah, everything's just ticking over. Now, I can't understand that, because my business never just takes over. It has to be driven all the time. So
You're driving it forward, drive it forward. Yeah, I like that. I think
right.
that's very important. Some people are get very happy with the status quo where they are,
Yeah,
and they get into a little bubble. Yeah,
no use for me. I like to be. We have goals set out for this year. We've goals set out for next year, and then we've goals set out for the next 10 years. So
fantastic. I love to hear that. That means that you are in the proactive mode. That's fantastic. So, last question, can I just ask you, what's the best advice that you would give to an 18-year-old you? Now, we know you're only a young man still, so 18 is probably not that long ago, but if you were to go back now, what advice would you give to yourself?
we have a lad that started with us a year. Let me just think. Yeah, I'll just explain it. He'll probably end up watching this as well. We had a lad that was so business orientated. I thought he was about 20, and he rang me up. He was actually happened to be 17. And this is the strange part about this. So he was just property mad. He was selling shoes, he was selling this, he just had it. I know he has it.
Yeah.
Welcome back. So we had to look for consent of his parents. And I had honored his ticket. So I had waived his 2 grand or whatever, the 1,500 on the course or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I said, this lad is coming in. This is like one of the little Ronaldos.
Yes.
We had waived everything, and I just said, look, you know, I didn't realize where you are. Your schooling is very, very important to you as well. We're going to have to finish out here, here, and here, but we're going to give you a little position in the company, and I'm going to take you under the wing, and I'll bring you to all our sites and da da da. And his parents completely went against it.
Wow.
So that's a good question you asked. What would I do? My son and my daughter. My son has been. We're in rental properties, you know, for a long time now, and I'd say he's under me probably since he's 6. So he is completely focused and driven. Now he doesn't want to get into properties.
Yeah.
He's 14 now, and he knows exactly that he wants to be a pilot. And one of the lads out there
Okay.
is now a pilot, and got him up to an Aer Lingus, got him to beat the captain. And so that's what I'm talking about. You're going to discover it very, very quickly. And whether you discover whether it's property, whether you want to be a pilot, whether you want to be an Aussie, whether you want to be
Whatever it is. Yeah.
whatever it is, you will figure it out very quickly. If you don't follow the crowd, if everyone's heading down to the pub Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's the life you want to live, fair enough. If you just come back a little bit, start networking with people, relationships is the new currency for me. So if you can,
100%.
if you can nail that from an early age, you're going to be successful. It's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. No one gives a shit about all the stuff you've done, all the mistakes you made. People just see the car. They might see a house, or how did he do this, or how did he do that, and his dad gave it to him. Or nothing was given to me ever.
Yeah.
None of your parents are involved in property. None of them are into business. It's just an entrepreneur's life that was pulled out. So I probably lost 7 or 8. No, I definitely lost till I was at least 27 before I really figured out that I had something in
A
there.
lot of people don't never get there, so congratulations. I think that's
Well, if an 18-year-old is listening to this and you think
yeah,
you haven't, you'll be tested very quickly. Like,
yeah,
it's very easy. This is the beautiful thing about Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. You can follow someone. So if I get someone in the training and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then Friday,
yeah,
Saturday, and Sunday they're fucking counting potatoes, or they're
yeah,
looking up
yeah,
to the sky, and I know within 90 seconds whether they're gonna do it or not, because
yeah,
when the hard times come and decisions have to be made, an entrepreneur will just go under someone's wing very quickly, and that's the beauty of our business. And I think if people take from this as well, that the Irish thing of not wanting to operate or not wanting to connect with people is completely wrong. Go and spend a bit of time in London. They are streets ahead of us. Like,
yeah,
when we fill up outside and we put 35 people out there and we do a jump start morning, people sit there like this,
yeah.
and we physically have to get them to stop the shit.
Stop.
Introduce,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
"Have you
yeah,
got a business? Yeah, what's your business?" And they think, but once that breaks, once you
yeah,
break the ice with that, we had a lad
yeah.
outside about a month ago, came in and he was like an ice block. And once I actually broke him, we couldn't stop him talking.
You couldn't stop them. You see, there you go. So it's innate, it's in people. You just have to get it out of them.
And the stuff he's went through in business that he operated, I had to say to him, right, we're running out of time. Like, come on, relax.
Yeah, yeah,
He's involved here, and he just literally, he didn't think that you should speak business to anyone else. That your
yeah.
business is between you and you deal with all the shit. That's not the fact. That's, if you want to be successful in it and you want to try and turn a few bob in it, you have to share your problems.
Absolutely. Paul, can I just say your passion coming through is just fantastic. I mean, it's palpable. It's absolutely brilliant. You're a great example of somebody who really wants to get on in life, etc. And sometimes people don't get the gold silver spoon. They don't get this. But as you said, if you want something, you can have it. You just got to put a plan together and get at it. I think it's fantastic. So if people want to reach out and have a look at where you are, it is platinumproperty.ie for rental properties, and you can give them advice and everything else. If they want some training to get involved in that and start investing in this, then they go on to the Platinum Training, and you can offer a number of courses. And for that, and I presume there's kind of a way of just having a connection to you and having a conversation with you first of all as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We're always open for business, and as I said, our training operates. We've always full out each one. We're not open again for training until October. Places fill up very quickly because we only run up to 10 people. In our training, again, the book and the theory side of thing is one thing, but we like to pull people over to site. That comes with a big operation to try and organize everything to land them to physical buildings, and when they go in there, they realize whether they can do it or not as well. So
fantastic,
take it
fantastic. Paul, listen, thank you so much. We've run out of time because I have another call after this, believe it or not. But look, fantastic chatting to you. Thank you so much for investing your time with us. Yep. And I think everyone have learned an awful lot for the passion you brought to us today. Thank you so much.
Thanks a million, Tom. Pleasure.